we're back. Falcons franchise. And if you look at the bottom rightish where the standing is, we are first place by I believe a game and a half. Now, I don't think we're going to watch many more games after this. We're watching this game because of where the 49ers are. We're not watching the Lions game. We might watch the Bills game depending on their record. They're currently the 3 seed in the AFC. And then we're going to watch the Saints in Week 18, obviously. But before we do any of that, we should probably look at our guys to negotiate. Because we are getting closer and closer to the end of the season. If we were trying to extend a guy like Josh Rosen to potentially be our backup, which I don't think we will. But we have a lot of guys we could re-sign if we need to. At this point in time, Hayden Hurst may get re-signed. I don't think we re-signed Russell Gage. He just puts us in a bit tough of a cap situation. But at the same time, if we lose Russell Gage, I want to bring back Olamide Zaccheaus. So we're going to give him an offer, and he's welcome to return. I want to bring TJ Green back as well. So we're up the money a bit, so he'll return. And I want to bring Steven Means back, but with the way Madden works, he's just going to get worse. So we'll probably wait until the off-season re-signing period to bring him back, because I reckon he'll probably be around a 65 overall then. As I do believe we are going to be going against Trey Lance instead of Jimmy Garoppolo. With that in mind, with a rookie quarterback, I feel like, they're going to look to run the ball more. But Trey Sermon did appear to be the starting back there, so maybe, Raheem Mostert is out for the season. So maybe they don't try and dominate a run game. That's got to be a tough situation if you're a 49ers or a 49ers fan. You're starting a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back. And yeah. But from what I saw, we did not appear to have any noticeable injuries. So without further ado, gonna hop into the game. But before we do, actually, is there any players to upgrade? No, there is not. Alright. Falcons. 10-3, I believe, maybe 11-3. No, we're 10-3. Alright, well, I hope this doesn't affect the game too much, but I did just accidentally do this, so we are going to have to kick the ball off. Okay, so we did kick the ball off, but that shouldn't affect the gameplay too much, I believe. First and 10 from the 25. Trey Lance, who does have superstar development. Currently the second highest development you can get. The highest being superstar X Factor, which Kyle Pitts has as a rookie, so that he hopefully should be a huge part of our team for years to come. As you can see, Isaiah Oliver, he's a very young guy. He's 24 currently, and he's a 77 overall, I believe. 3rd and 7 now from the 28. Trey Lance is going to throw on a run. And it is caught for the 1st down by Debo Samuel. So, I want to re-sign Isaiah Oliver, but at the same time, I don't know his production. He's been out for the season this season as a quick striker to Brandon Ayuk. So I can't really re-sign him. I may consider franchise tagging him or giving him a low deal in free agency, depending on how many people want him. But yeah. And if you may have saw at the bottom, Odell Beckham Jr. was 6 for 84. He is going to be on the Browns in this for as long as, you know, Browns wish to keep him. I feel like I already talked about this in a previous video, but I'll talk about it again. Because I am recording this, I made the franchise before all this news with, you know, the Henry Ruggs news. I made it before that. The Odell Beckham Jr. news. The trade deadline. I made this franchise right when the scouting update came out. So, I'm not going to edit any of this. I'm just going to let all of that ride out. So, in case you're wondering why is Odell Beckham still on the Browns, that is why. But back to the game, as San Francisco takes a 3-0 lead, as we see Matt Ryan, who hasn't had a very solid year. He's only thrown 12 interceptions, which is good because I think that's maybe back-to-back games where he hasn't thrown an interception now. But let's hope we can make that streak 3 games. That's 1st and 10 from the 23. There's play action. On the run, Matt Ryan's going to throw, and it is caught. Russell Gage. And what sucks about Russell Gage is he's a really talented receiver. He didn't really do much in the beginning of the season. And now he's starting to cook towards the end of the season, you know, getting hot. That pass is once again complete. Or are they going to rule it incomplete? They're going to rule it incomplete. And we just don't really have the cap space to re-sign Russell Gage. Because obviously we do, but at the same time, you don't want to spend all your cap space. You want to have a bit to hold on to. As Matt Ryan completes that pass there to Mike Davis. Which is kind of what we're doing. We're around 11 million right now. We might probably going to re-sign a few more guys. But, ooh, and there's a touchdown there. And that's Tajay Sharp. So, yeah. We're going to have to roll with that. As, that was a huge touchdown, by the way, and the score is 7-3. The problem with this, though, is now we don't know much about Olamide Zaccheaus, and we just paid him that massive contract. And we still are going to re-sign a few guys. I still plan on re-signing Steven Means. I might consider bringing back Mark Ingram for a year, again, to see how he does. But, you know, I really don't want to go under 5 mil in cap space. Like, and I don't even want to be close to 5 mil, but that's like the bar. Like, I will not go under 5 mil. I don't want to go close to it. I want to stay around 10 mil roughly. If I was to go on a spending spree. So yeah, but at the same time, at this rate, Matt Ryan, his stay in Atlanta is probably limited. I am uncertain about what to do with him. I do plan on trading him roughly around the draft, or maybe during the offseason, as they're gonna hand it off again. And man, Trey Sermon has 5 carries for 12 yards, and that's enough for the first down to take him to the 45-yard line. You know, I don't know who I'd trade him for, but at the same time, if we're not going to re-sign Josh Rosen, I don't really like the idea of having Felipe Franks as the backup, who is the only quarterback on our roster who does not have a contract expiring after this season, besides Matt Ryan, as intended for Brandon Ayuk in the end zone, incomplete. 3rd and 1 now from the 46. They need 1 yard, and they are just out of field goal range in my opinion. We're going to hand it off to Trey Sermon, and he fights, but it wasn't enough. They're going to give him the first down. Now 1st and 10 for the 45. This may be the end of the first quarter here, and it will be. Felipe Franks is the only guy who has his contract, and he's not very good. I don't know if I want to re-sign A.J. McCarron. I don't know if I want to re-sign Josh Rosen to a long-term deal. So just a lot of uncertainty. And there are a few quarterbacks who I don't know who we could really go after in free agency. As that pass is going to be complete to the 28, number 7. I do not know who number 7 is on there. Sims. That is Steven Sims, I believe. As we're looking out closely for the Vikings game, as that pass is nearly intercepted. The Vikings currently hold the 1 seed, and we are right on their tail at the moment. 2nd and 10 now from the 28. Pressure, and he had his man. He had Steven Sims, but overthrew him. Quarterbacks who'd be in the market this season, I believe, will consist of Jameis Winston, assuming they don't get re-signed or franchise tagged. Then 3rd 10, Trey Lance is going to scramble for it. Gets stopped short, getting 2 on the play. Falcons field goal unit goes out there. I'd assume I'd see guys like, as we cannot see the Minnesota game because that'd be Monday Night Football. And the kick is up, and it's good, making the score 7-6. Mitchell Trubisky might be out there. He's on the last of his deal. Jameis Winston. I believe Marcus Mariota. Tyrod Taylor. Andy Dalton. 1st and 10, they're going to hand it off to Mike Davis for the first time this game, and he's going to take it to the 31 for a gain of 6. Now 2nd and 4 from the 31 with 5:45 left to go in this 2nd quarter. Matt Ryan's going to run, and he's going to be sacked. DJ Jones, I believe. I don't know any other players with the last name Jones that started with D who played for defense. As they're going to dump it off, Tajay Sharp, who's going to get close to the first down at the 32, but it's going to be 3 yards short. Colin Kaepernick might be on the free agency market. Baker Mayfield might be. I don't think so. Ultimately, there's not going to be a lot of guys out in the free agent market. Jacoby Brissett, I believe. So yeah, but I don't really want to take any of those guys. But that leads us to the draft, and the draft is the most uncertain part about the NFL. Alright, 2nd and 6 now from the 33. They're going to hand it off to Kyle Juszczyk. And I believe that is Grady Jarrett on the stop. I don't think he gained anything. Now 3rd and 7 though from the 33 with 3.5 minutes to go nearly. They're going to dump it off to, I don't know who that is, but it's going to be 4th and inches. Number 82, Dwelly. Rob Dwelly, if I had to guess, Ron or Rob. As instead of going for it 4th and inches, they're going to elect a punt. And that kick is going, and it's barely going into the end zone.
Let's go, let's go!
Now 1st and 10. Matt Ryan's going to look. And it's going to be complete to Cordero Patterson for a gain of 19. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Baker Mayfield had his 5th-year option picked up, so I think he should be guaranteed. First and 10 from the 49. That was actually a gain of 21. They're going to hand it off to Mike Davis, who takes it to the 43, gain of 6. As that will more than likely take us to the 2-minute warning. And it will. 7-6. Let's talk about the Falcons in their past 2 games. With the Buccaneers and the Panthers. 2 divisional teams. Both teams going into it had either a winning record or were at 500. The Panthers, I believe, do not have that 500 record anymore. They barely escaped both those games. As Matt Ryan's going to look deep. And the 2 feet is in bounds for a touchdown to Calvin Ridley. Extending their lead 13-6. But with the extra point, that will be 14-6. As the kickoff. They, I believe, beat the Buccaneers by 1 point. With like a somewhat last-second field goal. As a great stop on the play. As it looked like he had something going. And then, you know, a last-second touchdown to give them the lead against the Panthers. It's first and 10 from the 25. Trey Lance is going to look to throw. He's going to dump it off to Kyle Juszczyk, who takes it to the 27, gain of 2. Now under a minute 30 left in this first half. 2nd and 7. Trey Lance is going to throw, intended for Kyle Juszczyk, but off target. Now 3rd and 7. The Falcons may get the ball back, depending on what Trey Lance does here. As they're going to throw. Trey Lance feels pressure. He throws across his body, and that pass is incomplete. And the punting unit is out there with 1:17. Both teams have 3 timeouts. And the punt is up. Received at the 15-yard line is Cordero Patterson getting a block, breaking the tackle, taking it up to 30. With 1:07 left and 3 timeouts for both sides, the Falcons have the ball at their own 30. First and 10, Matt Ryan's going to look to throw. He's going to throw and complete to Cordero Patterson, who elects to stay in bounds and takes it up to the 42 for a gain of 12, and the Falcons take their first timeout with exactly 1 minute remaining. First and 10 now from the 42. They need to get across midfield to the 48 for a first down. And he's going to throw, and that's complete to Russell Gage, who takes it across midfield, across the 40 to the 38. And there is a timeout on the play, I'd assume by the Falcons. And it is, with 53 seconds left. Falcons are just around field goal range. But do they trust their kicker, or do they want to go deep? They are going to go deep. And that is caught by Calvin Ridley for the touchdown. I don't know if he got that second foot in, though. They're not going to challenge it. The rest think that's completion. And the extra point is up, and the extra point is good, making this score 21-6. The Falcons now have 3 touchdowns, I believe, that are at least 35 yards in this game. As 49ers going to return it, he sheds a tackle and takes it up to 27. With all 3 timeouts in 43 seconds, the 49ers still could get more points on the board. As first and 10 from 27, Trey Lance, quick throw, complete to George Kittle, who's going to take it to the 39 and get out of bounds with 38 seconds left. First and 10 now, 37 seconds left. Trey Lance is going to look, he's scrambling. Looks like he's going to take it himself. And he's going to get, I believe, across midfield and down to the 41. So I'd say probably field goal range if they had to. But first and 10, 29 seconds left, 3 timeouts. Trey Lance is going to dump it off to George Kittle, who does get out of bounds, but gains 4 on the play. But the 49ers do not need to try and get out of bounds every play. They still have 3 timeouts. As Trey Lance is going to look to throw, 2nd and 6, he's going to dump it off. And that is complete to Steven Sims. And 49ers use their first timeout. At the 28 now in 18 seconds. but it isn't too late, as my mic has apparently been muted this whole last few seconds. So I don't know if you guys heard me or not, but let's hope that doesn't fault with the video. First and 10 though from the 25 is the Falcons, who are currently up 21-6 with full momentum. They're going to hand it off to Mike Davis, who takes that up to the 30-yard line for a gain of 5. Mike Davis averaging just over 5 yards carry, just under 6. As they're going to hand it off to Mike Davis again, who's going to find a hole. He's going to break a tackle and take it up to the 41. As now averaging 7 yards a carry. As there was a gain of 11 on the play. It's first and 10 now. Matt Ryan's going to look to throw. He's just going to dump it off to Calvin Ridley. Takes it up to the 44. A gain of 3 on the play. Second and 7. 3 for 84 now is Calvin Ridley. As second and 7. It's going to just throw it again. Hayden Hurst for the check down. Taking it to the 49 now. Third and 2. Hayden Hurst's first catch of the game. As third and 2, Matt Ryan's going to throw. That is complete to Kyle Pitts, who takes that up to the 46 across midfield for a gain of 6, I believe. Gain of 5, actually. But that is enough for a first down. As first and 10, Matt Ryan's going to look to throw. He's just going to check it down to no other than Kyle Pitts for a gain of 6, taking it up to the 40-yard line. The Falcons are in field goal range. And a field goal would give them a free possession lead. As they hand it off to Russell Gage, I believe, on a little end around. That may have been Calvin Ridley. It goes nowhere. Third and 5 now. Ryan's going to look to throw. And it is going to be complete to Calvin Ridley, taking it up to the 30. Gain of 10, I believe. Now, first and 10 from the 30-yard line with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Matt Ryan's going to throw. And he's going to have Hayden Hurst. He's going to take it to the 24 for a gain of 6. And that is enough for nearly a first down as they're going to face second and 4. As they're going to pitch it to Mike Davis, who's going to turn on Jets and take it up to the 11-yard line. First and 10 from the 11 as there is the gain of 13 on the play. They still can get a first down, but it will be kind of hard because they will need to get inside the 1-yard line. They're going to throw, and that is going to be complete. Tajay Sharp taking it down to the 4-yard line. Gain of 7. Second and 3 with 2 people in the backfield, a fullback and a running back. They're going to hand it off to Mike Davis. He's going to power his way to the 2-yard line. And down goes Hayden Hurst. Appears to be a hand injury, hand or wrist. As third and 1. With 2:19 to go in the third. They need a yard. They're going to get more than a yard and a touchdown to no other than Russell Gage. As they're going to take a 27-6 lead with the extra point still to come. And the extra point is good, making this score 28-6. The 49ers going to need a comeback. Not only to help their odds in their division, but if the Falcons win this game, I do believe that means the Falcons will have clinched. No, they won't. We'll have, if it comes down to the division for the ranking, so the 1 through 4, the Falcons will have the overall against the 49ers, assuming the Falcons win their division. But with both the Saints and the Buccaneers close behind, it's too early to tell. As breaking a tackle, and that is a huge gain for Trey Sermon. Taking it up to the 49 across midfield. First and 10 now from the 49. You're going to play action. And going somewhat deep. And complete. And down to the 24 is Trey Lance to Steven Sims. First and 10 now from the 24. with just under 45 to go in the third. Trey Lance is going to throw. Checks it down. Complete to Kyle Juszczyk, I believe. No, that is Steven Sims. Second and 8 now. Pump fake from Trey Lance. He's going to look to scramble. He's throwing towards the end zone. And he had his man, but just overthrew him. Third and 8 now with 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Trey Lance is looking to throw. He's going towards the end zone. And that will be intercepted by Fabian Moreau. His 5th of the season. And he's gotten 5 interceptions in 2 games. He's gotten 3 in one game and 2 in the other. And Mike Davis gets the ball and loses 2 on the play. But that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Second and 12 now from the 18. The 49ers got to do something in fast. As Matt Ryan's going to look to throw. And he will complete it to 85. That is someone we have not seen a lot this season. Who is that man? As will not tell us apparently. It was Lee Smith. The backup, well, third string tight end, now backup with the injury of Hayden Hurst, it would appear. As they're going to hand it off to Mike Davis, who gets a huge gain on the play. Powering through as the Falcons are last in total offense this season. The second and 4 now from the 38. They're in shoe clock mode. They're going to give it to Cordell Patterson, who takes it up to the 43. Gain of 5 and a first down. The Falcons just chewing this clock now, and the 49ers aren't doing anything about it. As they're going to hand it off to Mike Davis, I believe. And Mike Davis gets a gain of at least 12, taking it to the 44. I believe that is 12. As first and 10 now from the opposite 44. Russell Gage in motion. They're going to hand it off, though, to Mike Davis, who takes it up to the 45 for a loss of 1. Second and 11. But that shouldn't really have the Falcons discouraged very much. As the Packers lose, which should help the Falcons when it comes down to seeding. Second and 11. Matt Ryan's going to look to throw. Feels pressure. He's going to go down. Going back to the 44 for a loss of 11, I think. Third and 22. They're just going to hand it off to Mike Davis, who takes it up to the 48 for a gain of 4, but that will lead to 4th down. As the punting unit is out there for one of the few times the Falcons have punted this game. And they will kick it out of bounds at the 24. As Denver takes a 21-13 lead over Cincinnati. Cincinnati's not going to like their playoff chances if they lose this game. They probably don't like it now. As Trey Lance is going to throw, and he's going to complete it across the field. Across midfield, breaking a tackle with Brandon Ayuk. Taking it to the 48. As with the Seahawks currently leading the Rams, who are currently with 4 losses. As that goes off the helmet of one of the Falcons players. The 49ers at least got to like that. With the Rams currently leading them in their division. They won't fall too far behind. They're still staying in the same spot. As there's a huge fumble on the play, but it's going to be picked up by an O-lineman. And he's going to take that up to 24.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Huge awareness from that O-lineman. That's first and 10 now from the 24. Trey Lance going to look to throw with under 3 minutes left to play. I'm sorry. Just going to dump it off to Kyle Juszczyk, who takes it to the 20. Gain of 4. So the Falcons are all around not a very good team, but yet they have the second best record in the NFC. At second and 6, Trey Lance is going to look to throw. He's going to scramble actually. Taking it to the 10, to the 5, to the 4-yard line.
Let's go.
As he slides down. And that will take us to a 2-minute warning. The 49ers not out of this game completely yet. but they will need a lot to go their way. It's Trey Lance, first and goal from the 4. Wide open for the touchdown.
That's it, baby.
Number 80. As they are out there for a 2-point conversion, they're trying to get this over with. And this is probably smart, because if they fail here, they can still try 2 more times. They will have to be successful the next 2 times, but I like the odds. As he's just going to dump it off to George Kittle. He's going to lose 2 yards on the play.
Man, I've seen that play a couple of times already.
It is now onside kick attempt. As it will be recovered. The 49ers can still win this though. They're going to have to stop them here. They need a free and out. They're going to have to use all their timeouts. And then they're going to have to score a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and get the onside kick. 1st and 10 from the 46. They hand it off to Mike Davis, who gets 2 on the play. And timeout San Francisco. 2nd and 8 now. 2 men in the backfield. Fullback and running back. That looks to be Cordell Patterson actually out in the backfield. It is not. It's Mike Davis, who I don't think gains a yard.
Hit you all day, baby.
3rd and 6 actually. Gain 2 on the play. They're going to hand it off again. And that is Mike Davis who takes that up to the 31. And that will be enough for a 1st down, which will end the game. Now, the 49ers, they're going to have to hope for a lot. You know, this will ruin them in a few ways in terms of division and conference for the seeding. 2nd and 11, doesn't matter. Falcons are just going to probably run this clock out a bit. They're going to hand it off to Mike Davis, who takes that up to the 25. And the Falcons, they got to love where they're at. At least one team in Tampa Bay and New Orleans is going to lose tonight, assuming they don't tie. 3rd and 5, kneeling formation, and that knee will do it. As the Falcons may just kick an extra, the Falcons will just kick a point, and they'll get another 3 on the board, making this final 31-12. Unnecessary from the Falcons, but they still did it. As look at Matt Ryan, 90% completion percentage. $18 for 20, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Trey Lance, 18 for 28. Matt Ryan for 294. Trey Lance for 185, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Rushing, Mike Davis 15 for 81, 5.4 average. Trey Sermon 9 for 38, 4.2 average. Trey Lance 4 for 47, 11.7 average. Cordell Patterson 2 for 8, 4.0 average. Kyle Juszczyk 2 for 5, 2.5 average. Matt Ryan 2 for -2, -1. And Russell Gage 1 for 0. Receiving, leading the 49ers is Steven Sims 6 for 66, 11 average. Calvin Ridley 4 for 94 and 2 touchdowns. Tajay Sharp 3 for 67 and a touchdown. Russell Gage 3 for 51 and a touchdown. George Kittle 3 for 21. Brandon Ayuk 3 for 49. Kyle Pitts 2 for 11. Hayden Hurst 2 for 11, who did unfortunately get injured. Cordell Patterson 2 for 43. Kyle Juszczyk 2 for 7. Miles Boykin 1 for 4. Lee Smith 1 for 4. Trey Sermon 1 for 4. Ross Dwelly 1 for 7. Mike Davis 1 for 3. And Deebo Samuel 1 for 27. Blocking. Matt Hennessy did allow a sack. He's had allowed sack this whole season, it feels like. Samson Ebukam and DJ Jones getting the sacks. And Fabian Moreau getting the interceptions. Kicking. Both guys were perfect for both field goals and extra points. And 2 for 118 for Mitch Wisnowski and 2 for 65 for Dustin Colquitt. I feel like I've been saying Mitch Wisnowski for the 49ers this whole time, but Dustin Colquitt, he has to be gone here soon. Like, he is not cutting it as a punter. In terms of efficiency, like, he's not getting the ball very far. What's his overall, actually? But there is no injury for Hayden Hurst. It appears to be he was just out for the remainder of the game. As Dustin Colquitt is a 69 over, well, he's a 71 overall, but he's playing down to a 69. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty old. He's 39, so I don't even think we're gonna have to. How long is he under contract for, though, is the question. He's on contract for this season and next season. But he spent his whole career. But he doesn't really average a far kick. If you look. His highest is 46.8. And he seems to be around a 45 average yard per punt, which is pretty good. Well, but not good in the NFL. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. Let me know what you think in the comments. If I should do anything with this series. Make this like a kind of permanent series, which I do plan on. Well, until Madden 23 at least. But if you guys want to see that even longer, so like once Madden 23 comes out, you still want me to do a series on Madden 22. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.